I had my family behind me, my friends, especially my family, who just didn't give up on me. And up to this day, they don't give up on me.
When I hear stories, especially like from the families who have kids with disabilities, even teenagers, what it's like and their point of view to have other people look at them differently.
Well, why me? Feel sorry for yourself.
Right.
Why did this have to happen to me? Of my children, I have a normal child. Why did this happen? You go through this big stage of feeling sorry for yourself and wondering, why did it have to be me to have a child like this? But eventually, it'll show you. Time will show you. Time and patience will show you.
She was about 12 months old. I went to the hospital and they said that I was just an overly concerned mother and she'd get over it. And it was very distressful because I knew something was wrong with her. They also asked me, did I talk to her? And I talked to her all the time. She was a very quiet girl. She didn't cry.
I knew there was something wrong with her. Other doctors came at the same thing at her 6-week checkup. And before even that, I took her to the doctor and I told the doctor, she said, why do you think there's something? I said, there's something wrong with the child. There is something wrong with her. But they continued telling me, and that they said they were going to run tests and everything was okay. She said, well, she was good at birth. I says, no, from day one, that from the time she was born, I knew that, that's a mother's instinct. There was something wrong there. And she wouldn't follow me, when she was in the crib. The baby usually hears your voice and follows you, from one side to the other. And I told the doctor this, and they continued to tell me that there was nothing wrong with Paula.
They're all wonderful and healthy, and you would just don't think that could happen so permanently to your child. And after the accident, well, naturally things changed dramatically. And she was married at the time, so other than just visiting her, and all that. And but she pulled herself together. It's amazing.
My thing was she was just very lazy, and it's either too hot, too cold. There was always an excuse. So, it was very difficult for me. But it really wasn't until recently we continue to have tests done and try to figure out where the problem lies. And Sandra wants to know the cause of it, but I don't think anybody will know that. It's just some are less fortunate than others.
Experiences that we have to go through with them, we learn right along with them.
When we found out Emily was sick, I kind of regret the way we handled including her brothers. And I think some special consideration has to be taken for the siblings of a sick child or a disabled child. And just kind of, I think it's probably a very difficult thing, but kind of try to involve them with each other a lot so that they have a respect for what their sibling is going through, which will give them a respect for other disabled people that other children wouldn't have. So she doesn't like the fact that she's had all the problems that she's had and she's had to go through so much. She's glad that it all happened because she feels she met her very best friend because they both have the same problem. She just feels that all of the good things that she's gathered up along the way really far outweigh the bad things. And I think if she could be cured to be where she could run and walk and I don't know, go meet her friends at the mall and all that kind of stuff, she would jump at the chance, but it would be ultimate because she would still have all that good stuff with her and then she'd be happy physically too.
I had a really big wake-up call. My daughter was doing Special Olympics volleyball. We were going to the dressing room. Rosanna was in middle school. Miss Killen asked me, Mrs. Cook, what are you doing? I'm going to help her dress. She can dress all by herself, she said. I said, no, I really need to help her. And she said, no, you need to stay over there. Go sit on the bleachers. She will be right out. And I felt really dejected because I'm like, okay, she doesn't need me anymore. And it was really hard to accept that, but I look back on that moment and say, thank goodness for Miss Killen, because I don't know how she would be if I would have kept doing the things that I did for her.
And then just to see him at the end, the total change in all of them. It just outdid my heart to no end. I said, these girls are tops.
The father of Cynthia Matisse, and describe her, she's an angel, sweetheart.
I'm Fred Gust, my daughter is Jennifer Gust, and probably one word to describe my daughter would be determined or focused. Sort of like the alcoholic thing, you know, there's the denial, there's this, there's that, you know, so it's you, it's the rest of the world, and all those things. You know, and anger and self-doubt and a lot of other things. And probably if you're going to tell somebody something, maybe what you should be telling them is, you know, how you react to this thing will determine exactly how it goes. So you can make it a nightmare, you know, or you can try to get through it. But as Rose said, you know, there's no magic pills.
So we start having that conversation on what do you want to do and how do you want to handle it. But my piece of this now is it's not about, I was discriminated against. This is our time to shine. This is our time to educate. This is our time to bring this awareness to light.